people were looking like what heads are going to roll over this. This is friendly fire. This is the cardinal sin. We had a big debrief. People were wondering like who's responsible. And Jocko stood up in front of the task unit. We're all in there. And he said, whose fault is this? The radioman stood up, was like, man, I didn't pass the traffic. When we moved location, I should have made sure that got passed. That's my fault. And we just went around the room. And Jocko was like, no, it's not your fault. I'm like, no, it's not your fault. He's like, this is my fault. I'm the task unit commander. Everything that happens to this task unit is my fault. I'm responsible. And we're going to do everything in our power to make sure nothing like this ever happens again. And just to watch that happen, like the power of extreme ownership in front of everybody in the task unit. Our respect for him was already high, man. And it went through the roof after that. Just like combat, nobody knows how they're going to do until they get in that situation. And I remember just reading the Bible, having Bible study.
You were having Bible study?
Totally, man.
In buds?
Totally, yeah. We were reading from Judges about the story of Gideon. And the story of Gideon, who's this reluctant warrior, like the angel of the Lord appears to Gideon and says, hey, you're going to go fight the Midianites. And Gideon's like, what are you talking about? I'm the least of my family. I'm not even the biggest and strongest guy in my whole family. And he says, you are a mighty warrior and God is with you. Those are just such powerful words. During Hell Week, in the darkest hour, I remember quoting that verse to Andrew, him quoting it to me.
In the middle of it?
In the middle of it, yeah. Of like, I told him, you're a mighty warrior, God is with you. Now, go get back under your bow. Those verses were super powerful to make it through. I wanted to go in a different direction. Chris Kyle was like, we need to go there. That's the apartment building. Thank God we did that because over the next 48 hours, we disrupted like all kinds of attacks on that combat outpost. You'd see like a dozen enemy fighters that are trying to like rally. Right as the sun comes up, mortars are landing dead center of the combat outpost. A soldier wounds 3 others. The soldiers can't even shoot back, right? Indirect fire, it's coming from kilometers away, over blocks of, the city. You can't even see the launch point. And so our cybers are able to engage guys loading mortar tubes into the back of a vehicle, from 600 yards away.
Damn.
So those soldiers, when they started hearing like the 300 Win Mag, they were so stoked about it. They knew that like we were up there on the high ground, to protect them. And in the second engagement, as we went into that building, man, the building was on fire. As we started moving into the building, we took fire from the opposite end of the hallway, and Mark was hit. I heard the gunfire ring out. I stepped out into the hallway, got hit. I heard the man down call. Mark was 20 feet away from me, when that happened. And it was the absolute worst day of my life, man. I knew I'd been hit, but there just wasn't time to even think about that, man. Mark was down. Like we moved up to him, got the corpsman on him, got him casevac'd. Mark was unconscious when we got to him. I thought there might be some hope to him, man, but he'd been hit in the head. He was instantly. Mark was just such an incredible warrior, man. And he was doing exactly what I asked him to do and sacrificed himself for me and the rest of the guys that were coming in there. He was just the most incredible teammate, just absolutely hilarious, strong as an awesome, incredible athlete, but just representing the absolute best of the SEAL teams, And I would do anything, Shawn. I'd do anything to trade places with him, man.